Hello everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Geo channel. We got another awesome day for the markets right now, and things are playing out honestly even better than I could have ever imagined them. So last time I made an update video, we were here on March 14th. And I mentioned saying that these two levels here are really important in terms of either breaking down or breaking up into some of the higher levels. So what we saw was the next day, like this candle, pretty much exactly bounced right in between these two ranges that I drew here, going up as far as 25,200 and down to the $24,000 mark. And like I mentioned in the first one, this $24,000 was the first area I would be looking for longs, and it pretty much went and just touched exactly on that level. So if you entered here, you're in a lot of profit right now. So we came back up, and just like I mentioned, like after we break up out of this $25,200 level again, that's when the liquidations would start, and we'd start to really pump up. And it's still happening now. Like we're reaching new highs for the day, like as we speak. I told you, everyone and their grandmothers are trying to short this. It looks too perfect, but it's really not working out too well for anyone shorting right now. So let's like zoom in just like a little bit to like the 4 hours. And just what I'm trying to do right now. So I do think we pumped a lot, and like the resistance we'll see at the $28,700 level will be like fairly strong. So you may want to take some profits if you haven't already. You probably should have on this move up, because what I'm expecting, if I draw the Fibonacci levels from here up to the expected price point that I want it to see at the 29,000 or so dollar level. We can see that the 0.382 Fibonacci level is almost exactly on this resistance before at 25,200, where this breakout occurred from. So I would definitely be wanting to close out the longs here, or at least most of them, and then look to re-enter back on a pullback to the 25,200 and see that resistance turned into support. Because what had ended up happening, if we looked at from that same low up to the recent high, we went and we rallied up also, like interestingly enough, from this support and resistance line at $24,000 level is also approximately where the 382 Fibonacci level for this initial wave was. So that's where I would look for entering the new long to catch further upside for Bitcoin if the opportunity presents itself. At the end of the day, we could just keep rallying up and go to the fucking local moon like pretty quickly. Maybe around $31,600, $32,000 level. We'll see where we actually end up. But look, like I mentioned, as soon as we broke through this level, 9% pump, like all the way up, and the market's down. Like S&P down 1%, Nasdaq down 0.5%, Dow Jones down 1%. Like equities are down, but crypto's just going to the fucking moon right now. Just a couple more things on some of the past things that I've spoken about on the channel. Like the weekly looks fucking insane right now, just going full on parabolic mode. Again, this green area is a place to maybe start looking for shorts or just be more cautious. Like I bought a bunch of Bitcoin like spot around this like 16 to like $18,000 level. I've offloaded some of it at 25. I'm gonna start offloading some more of my spot around this $29,000 to $32,000 level, and then load it, like use that money to load back up on another pullback. So yeah, like I mentioned before, the Bitcoin dominance, I did not see this coming. Like from the support line, we touched it, and then we just went absolutely batshit crazy. So this means a 7.5% gain on Bitcoin compared to other cryptos, which have also been up during this period. ETH BTC, like I mentioned, it's currently closing below this upward sloping support, but it's not uncommon. Like we have wicked below it, and I don't think we really see go that much further down unless like something really happens. But we could see a significant dip in ETH like gains versus Bitcoin within the next couple weeks if this plays out. Like normally you'd see this and like your price target would be all the way back down here, but I do not see that happening at all. I think kind of in like the worst case or the most extreme case, we reached a 0.05 level, which is, I mean, pretty significant from here. That would be 25% drop. That's like pretty extreme. It would take a long time to play out. But what I think is going to happen more is that this is just going to be a small deviation. We may like wiggle around here and then come back up, maybe get rejected along here in the coming weeks. Because if we look at ETH, ETH is breaking out of this downward sloping resistance since the highs of what's it called, almost $5,000 back in November of 21. So this could really mean like moves are coming for ETH. The fact that these two ideas from the ETH BTC and the ETH chart are diverging is why I don't exactly think ETH is like done with this pump. It's just more so a matter or not of will Bitcoin outperform ETH during like the pump that comes in the next couple days. So let me see. Was that everything I wanted to talk about? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we still have 2 days for this weekly candle. The last thing we want to do is close back into this range, because that would not be a good sign. Weekly tends to hold a lot of weight. If we fall back into this range, we could easily see another retest back of 18,000. But things have been going so well now that I really don't see this happening. We do have to dump like a good amount, 8% or so, 9% within the next couple days for this to happen. And we've got low volume coming in on the weekend. Plus, with the euphoria we're feeling, I don't think people will be rushing to sell, because everybody that's been buying since pretty much June. When is that? Yeah, June of 13th of 22 are now back in profit. And when people are in profit, they want to hold. Everyone thinks we're going to go back up to the moon just because we're expecting the Fed to like stop hiking rates. We think we're going to go back into a bull market. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think the long-term effects of the interest rates will cause a nice dump in the markets. I don't expect Bitcoin to reach its previous lows unless something kind of drastic occurs. So that's why I still want to hold the majority of my spot that I've acquired down here and just use it to offload and then onload again as we rally our way up, and then eventually move it into alts when it really looks like the economic situation has like turned around for the better. But all right, that's enough for today. Really good fucking week we had. Gonna be looking for another good one next week. Until next time, take care.